Welcome back to Light the Fuse, the most energetic podcast made about Mission Impossible on the internet these days, I think. Charles, what do you think?
You think it's really energetic?
I think it's energetic, and I think we're going to bring that energy today.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so.
There is that other show, Minute Impossible.
I know. We're going to have
They break down the movies minute by minute.
Right.
You think we're more energetic than them?
I do. I think we're more thoughtful, is what I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think they're thoughtful.
Okay.
I'm
not saying they're not
They're
thoughtful.
analyzing every minute of every movie.
Do you think we could...
There's a lot of thought put into it.
Should we do that for, like, when things kind of quiet out, we just start
We're just going
doing
to
that?
steal their idea?
Yeah.
No.
We can heist their idea. Okay. I just want to know if you have
I'm interested in the heist idea.
Yeah, I just want to know if you have the psychological and emotional fortitude, too. But this is our first episode of 2019, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, I think part 2 of the McQuarrie episode was technically
That's
in
true.
January, but
It
it's
was
the
in
first one
January.
we're recording
Yeah.
in January, and there's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about, but, you know, you say Happy New Year, but I'm looking to the future. I'm looking to 2022. Because there's going to be a South Korean Paramount Pictures theme park, and there's going to be some kind of Mission Impossible attraction.
Yeah.
Do we think it's going to be an attraction?
We're actually recording this from South Korea.
We're in
South
line.
Korea.
Yeah.
We're in line waiting.
Yeah.
This is where next to, if you hear the construction sounds, it's because they're building the park. We are waiting in line for the Mission Impossible ride. Actually, it sounded like there might be multiple Mission Impossible
Well, that's what I was
rides.
going to ask you, because I was going to say, do you think it's a ride or do you think it's a stunt show? Or both?
I think both.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, this is a news report that just came out a few weeks ago.
Right.
And they said that there's going to be a Paramount theme park ride that would have Mission Impossible rides.
Right.
And it sounded like it was plural rides.
Right.
So stunt show, sure.
Yeah.
Like the Indiana Jones
Yeah,
stunt
yeah.
show at Disney.
Yeah.
What do you think the rides are going to be?
Well,
Like, will it just be a roller coaster? I mean, we talked about we wanted someone to do an art installation of Langley so that you could get put into wires and dangle from the ceiling.
right.
Do you think they'd do that?
They could do like a drop ride, like a, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a Tower of Terror type situation.
Yeah, I feel like at this point they're only going to do the recent movies.
Yeah.
So they'll do, maybe it'll be probably mostly Fallout related.
Yeah, I
Will they
think
do
so.
like a Halo jump
That's the
simulation?
thing. Yeah, you could do that. You could do like a Star Tours type situation with like a car chase or something.
Okay, yeah, I'd love that. Can they do it in the 86 BMW?
Well, that's the thing.
I'd
What
love
if the
that.
ride vehicles were the 86 BMWs for the roller coaster?
Can we please? Oh my gosh.
We need to figure out who the Paramount licensed Imagineer style professionals are doing this ride and pitch it to them.
What else does Paramount have? Beverly Hills Cop?
They have Beverly Hills Cop. They have Italian Job. They have Top
So
Gun.
Italian Job would be fun.
Yeah.
And the Mini Coopers.
Yeah, that was
would be
that was
cool.
actually something they did.
And Top Gun, obviously.
Yeah,
that's,
Top Gun.
That's got to be in the plans.
Yeah, I don't know. Transformers. I guess you could do something with Transformers.
Okay.
Quiet Place ride. We just you don't
just
scream.
Sit, you just sit in silence.
Yeah, that would be funny if it's like it was a roller coaster, but if you screamed, you'd get thrown
Like, you,
off. or
out of
something.
here.
Yeah.
Go on.
Get out of there. See the rest of South Korea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I was telling you that Paramount did dabble in theme parks earlier with King's Dominion and a couple of other parks where they had things like the Hurler, which was the Wayne's World.
There was a Wayne's World
yeah,
ride?
There was a motion simulator attraction themed to Days of Thunder.
Ooh.
Another Tom Cruise vehicle. The Outer Limits Flight of Fear.
Can we get a Days of Thunder sequel? Can we get Knights of Thunder? Because I think that's what we need after Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I think so.
After we get the Top Gun sequel, we need Knights of Thunder.
I think that would be great. They had a volcano themed coaster, even though that's a Fox movie, so that I'm not really sure about.
Well,
The Italian Job
the
turbo
important
coaster.
thing is the Mission Impossible stuff.
Yeah, I just want to
That's
know
what
what
we
it
need.
is. I just want to know. I want some concrete details.
Yeah. Can we get on the staff here?
I know.
Well, whatever the Paramount Imagineers.
I know. I want to know.
situation
I'm going to
is,
look
can
into
we-
who's building this theme park.
Can we? I mean, we're watching them build it here.
Yeah, in
You
Korea.
can hear the
yeah.
construction sounds, but
Yeah.
but we're trying to call out. Hey,
Yeah.
we're trying to see.
We got some ideas for you. Hey. Why are we New Yorkers?
I don't.
Okay.
I think it helps our case, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of cases, Kevin, have you been brought to justice?
Oh, Kevin Blumenfeld, who did our wonderful theme.
Yeah.
That is disputed about whether or not it's legally dissimilar from the Mission Impossible theme.
Right.
Yes, our friend Ben Wright
Yeah.
emailed to ask,
Has he gotten sued?
has he been sued yet? The answer is no. And we put it to you, listeners, if you want to see him get sued, write some letters to Paramount, urging them to do so.
Yeah, this will not stand. And yeah, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I wanted to, so the Mission Impossible box set came out.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray set.
We both have it.
The booklet that comes with it has little character bio things.
Okay.
You know, we've talked about this before on the
some
show.
Dossiers?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a thing in there that talks about Ethan's marital status, and it says divorced.
Interesting.
So I guess Ethan and Julia have signed the papers. It's now official.
After Fallout, do we think? Because
marital status divorced. Former spouse Julia Mead. It's in his.
I had no idea that was her last name.
It's in his classified dossier.
Okay, so I guess if it's classified, because the whole thing was like he couldn't divorce her outright because that would bring too much attention to her or something.
This is a classified.
Yeah, I mean that was probably its own mission, getting to the courthouse or whatever. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just dangling from the ceiling. Yeah. Giving the paperwork to the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge revelation, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, it's what people were talking about, what they wanted. That was the whole push behind making Fallout. Tom Cruise said that people kept asking him about Julia, why he can't be with Ilsa, because what about Julia? What about Julia?
Do we think anybody actually did that?
That's what Cruise says. I think internationally, I think a lot of people did.
But do you think people, like, if they saw him at the grocery store or something, they were like, what about Julia? or do you think it was more of a press
I think it was, I think it was like on red carpets.
Okay.
Fans.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also wanted to bring up Christopher McQuarrie had a quote in Playback with Chris Tapley. It's a podcast.
Yeah.
He had a quote about Tom Cruise. He said, with the exception of Jackie Chan, there was a lot of time between Buster Keaton and Tom Cruise. And we've talked about Jackie Chan a lot on the show. I just think this is really great that McQuarrie brought it up as well.
Yeah.
And totally agreed. We've talked about a lot on the show about how Tom Cruise has sort of taken on this Jackie Chan mentality, especially in the later Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple of years ago. You know, that was a big thrill.
You talked to Jackie. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I wanted to murder you and wear your skin.
Yeah. It was for the Lego. It was for the Lego movie.
I love Jackie so much.
I asked him a relatively softball question, and he told me a story about how his martial arts instructors used to beat him. So,
yes,
yeah,
it's very true.
Yeah,
the Peking Opera School.
Yes,
they really did. I'll say train him well.
Yeah.
But in other words, beat him. Yeah. But I just thought it was really great that McQuarrie made that quote comparing Cruise, because I've heard him talk about Buster Keaton, but then to also put Jackie Chan in that mix, I think was very great, and I just felt really validated by that. And it's just, it's the kind of validation that I don't get from my father,
right?
And I got it from McQuarrie. So speaking of which, my father, over the break, I sort of incepted him a little bit. He's reading the paper at my parents' house, and I put on Ghost Protocol in the living room within earshot,
right?
So that I knew that it would start playing, and I just had this hunch. I knew it was going to pull him in. Within 2 minutes of the movie, he comes over, stands over, and he's like, "What's this? What's going on?" I'm just watching Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. He's like, "I don't remember this one." I'm like, yeah, we saw it in theaters together. And then he sat down and he actually watched it and watched the whole thing with me.
And
he loved it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, watching it, it's probably like what a lot of people describe watching movies is like with their parents, where he's asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
He's like, who's that guy? Who's that?
Yeah.
Wait, who is that? And then a lot of, I don't remember this. I don't remember this part at all. That's what the interaction was for 2 hours of watching the movie. A lot of questions being asked, and then he enjoyed it.
Did you follow that up with anything else? Did you kind of say, "All right, let's throw on Rogue Nation"?
No, he just walked away. I think he just went back to his paper. But I got it. I sort of tricked him into having some bonding time over Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Did you feel more validated afterwards?
Yeah. No, I felt great because it was like I know he's gonna come watch the movie and I know he's gonna love it.
Right. Great. Is he ever gonna listen to this podcast?
No, he still hasn't.
No.
I really don't think he ever will. That's why I'm perfectly safe saying all these things. I also wanted to bring up, you said you watched Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation on basic cable over the holidays?
On FX. They showed it back to back again.
And?
It was a terrible experience.
I saw on Twitter a lot of people were watching it, and it makes me so upset. So tell us why.
Well, number one, the aspect ratio was all screwed up. You and I, this is one of our biggest pet peeves about movies on basic cable specifically. On the premium cable channels, sometimes they are in there.
But HBO's terrible about it too.
It is.
And our, Patrick Willems, who's on this show,
Yeah.
he has a great video essay about HBO butchering their movies.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like, what are you paying $100 a month for if you can't even get the right aspect ratio?
What are you talking about, like with DirecTV or something?
Or just premium cable.
Yeah.
But it was way horribly looking. It was all blown out. And then the other thing was that
it's like basically if you're blowing up the aspect ratio, you're losing a third of the picture.
Yeah.
Or depending on how wide the movie is shot, they're just blowing it up to fill the screen.
Yeah.
You want those black bars.
Yeah. I know it's tough. I used to work at a video store. I used to have to explain this to every single person that came in and didn't want to watch a widescreen movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was terrible looking, and also, those edits, those foul language edits. They were bad.
Yeah. Wasn't the outside Dubai when he says no shit?
Yeah, he says like, no kidding, or something. It's like, no, it's bad. And you know what that makes me think about? That I watched Fallout on the plane recently, and there were some very interesting edits there. I watched the first half because I fell asleep.
And Fallout on the plane, I assume also the aspect ratio
was not right, and it was some really weird edits. There were not, like, the fight in the bathroom, the blood was still there, all that violence was still there.
Really?
Yeah. But where they drew the line was in the scene where Cavill is questioning Cruz about Lang, and he's saying, oh, was he the one that poisoned all these people? Blah blah blah. They cut out a section about an airplane going down. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You don't want that when you're on an airplane.
You don't want that. And then the other thing was in the scene before that where they're going over the plan to get out Lane. The line has changed from him saying, so you want us to just kill everybody, to you just want us to kill them. So I guess what I got from it was that mass murder is not an acceptable thing on an airplane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But bloody head exploding in the bathroom is fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's just one guy.
It's just one guy, and, you'll get over it. It was interesting that the halo jump sequence was also totally intact, which I feel like anytime there's a plane and there's a weird aura around it, it was totally intact. And I wonder if what McQuarrie calls the smudge, the Henry Cavill bloody imprint on the rocks at the end of the movie, was still there. But I'll just have to take another flight where I can watch it.
See, I always like to put my movies on my iPad when I fly.
Yeah.
And I watch them. We both like to use Vudu, which is a good digital locker system.
Yeah. Shout out to Vudu.
Yeah, I'll download the movie on Vudu. I'll download like 12 or so movies on Vudu on my iPad, and then I watch them not censored, correct aspect ratio. Good to go.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's talk about some of the year-end things that have been happening for Fallout.
Yeah.
There's a great Twitter account called One Perfect Shot, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
They do just single images or sometimes GIFs from movies of just awesome shots just throughout film history. They counted down their top 50 shots of 2018.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what was number one?
I'm guessing it was Mission Impossible Fallout.
You're right.
And what shot was it specifically?
It's the Halo jump. We'll get into this more when we do the making of
Right.
Fallout. But the Halo jump was split into 3 shots.
Yes.
And they stitched together to look like one.
Right.
And I was impressed with them for not doing the full Halo shot because they know it was not actually a real full one shot.
Yeah.
They did the first piece of the Halo jump. So it's Cruz walking back from the edge to go talk to Cavill. Cavill pulls off the like air tube thing on Cruz. Cavill runs off in the background and jumps off. Cruz struggles to put the wire back in, and then he runs off, and then he goes and jumps.
Right.
And then it goes all the way down until the lightning strikes.
Right.
That's all one shot.
Okay.
And they did that as the number one shot of 2018.
Wow. I couldn't agree more. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some amazing shots. We talk about Roma a lot.
Yes.
There's some shots.
Yes.
The Favorite that I love.
Yes. Those two in particular.
Yeah.
Are two of my favorites of the year.
Yeah.
The Roma on the beach at the end shot.
But that's also stitched together.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like 4 or 5 different takes.
I was watching it. I watched it a second time to look for the stitches. Where are they? When the waves go by? Because there was a couple of them that were done pretty well. I know they built a jetty to go out into the water.
Oh, is that how they did it?
That's how they did it.
Okay.
To get the
camera
out there because it's insane.
Yeah.
So they built a jetty just for the camera to get out there.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Quaron. I'd love to see him do a Mission Impossible movie.
He is really great with the stitches.
Yes.
With I remember it took me a couple times in Children of Men to really catch those stitches.
Yeah.
And some of those big shots.
He's a genius.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I would say there are other shots in Fallout that would even be in consideration as well. I mean, it's just such a great movie, and Rob Hardy shot the hell out of it.
Yeah, we need to talk to Rob Hardy.
Yes, we do.
Rob?
Well, Rob, you out there?
You out there?
We'll get him. We'll get him.
We'll get him.
We don't want to reveal who we're getting soon, do we? But we are getting somebody.
We're getting
a mystery guest.
A mystery guest.
That we will reveal soon.
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
Very, very exciting.
But we'll get into that another time.
Yeah.
Just a little tease. Let's talk about awards.
Okay.
So
let me tell you something, Charles.
Yeah.
We are knee deep in awards season.
Are we?
And, I have
the Golden Globes just happened.
the Golden Globes just happened.
They didn't nominate Fallout for anything.
No, nothing.
So you know what? I didn't watch.
No.
Did not. I really didn't watch.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really care.
Yeah. But the other thing is that I've got awards fever.
Wow.
So give me.
You want to hear it?
I want to hear it.
Okay. All right. So, People's Choice Awards. They nominated Fallout for Best Action Movie, Best Action Movie Star, Best Male Movie Star, and Movie of 2018.
I love that. See, I don't like them putting it in, just the action category.
Right.
I say that this is one of the best movies of the year.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we'll get into top 10 lists in a bit, but a lot of people agree.
Yeah.
It's one of the best movies of the year. Period.
Period.
You know what? Lost all 4 categories. People's Choice Award. I don't trust the people. I just don't like them.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Yep, not good. SAG Awards, Screen Actors Guild. They nominated Fallout for Outstanding Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture.
Yeah.
So, absolutely deserving.
Oh, yeah.
It better win. We'll find out on January 27th.
Feel free to listen to our interview with Wade Eastwood.
Yes.
And various members of the stunt team from a couple weeks ago.
Yes, it's a great episode.
So, yeah.
And you got to drive around and
I got to drive around in a BMW. I should be nominated for this.
You should go to the SAG Awards.
I will. I'll do it.
Seattle Film Critics Society nominated Fallout for Best Picture, Best Cinematography, and Best Score.
Wow.
And it won Best Editing and Best Visual Effects.
Wow.
So Eddie Hamilton, who we love.
We love Eddie.
Check out our interview with Eddie as well. He is awesome. He better get an Oscar nomination. I'm going to be really mad, actually, if they don't nominate Fallout for editing.
Yeah.
He won Best Editing from the Seattle Film Critics Society. I am a big fan of the Seattle Film Critics Society.
Yeah, I think we should move to Seattle.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They nominated just the movie for Best Picture, which is
That's great, yeah.
And the Online Film Critics Society Awards gave it Best Editing and Best Stunt Coordination.
Love that.
Yeah, great. St. Louis Film Critics Association, Best Action Film.
Great.
Why not Best Film? We'll never know.
We'll never know.
But Best Action Film.
Have you been to St. Louis?
I'll take it. I've driven through St. Louis.
Okay.
Have you?
I don't think so, unless I drove with you.
Isn't that where the arch is?
Yeah.
I remember driving by the arch and being like, that looks cool.
That was where they were. That's what Metropolis was going to be in the Tim Burton Superman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
Yeah, anyway, I don't trust St. Louis, and I don't think we should ever go there again.
Wow. Well, they gave it Best Action Film.
I know, but why not Best Film? That's all I'm saying.
Los Angeles Online Film Critics Society, Best Action Film and Best Stunt Work. Starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then Las Vegas Film Critics Society Awards, Best Action Film.
Great.
Phoenix Critics Circle Special Achievement Award. Hey, I'm a fan. The Phoenix Critics Circle.
What's the achievement, though? Did they specify?
I think it was for action film.
Okay.
But I liked that they called it a Special Achievement
Me too.
Award. I think they might not normally award Best Action Film.
Okay.
But they did it as a special achievement because Fallout is just so good.
Yeah.
So, hey.
There you go.
Take it.
Phoenix, I'm
a fan.
Yeah. Good work. Good work, everyone, really.
Yeah. Should we get into top 10 lists?
Let's go. Let's do it.
So, we have these organized. These are all the critics who we love.
Yeah.
Because they put Fallout on their top 10 list.
Right.
We'll start with people who put it in their top 10, but their top 10 was not numbered.
Okay.
So they just have 10 movies.
Okay.
So it could have been their number 1 or their number 10. We don't know.
I'm going to assume it was number 1. But
Let's just assume for their sake that it's number 1.
Yeah.
You might have to help me with some pronunciations because you probably know a lot of these people.
I probably do, yeah.
So Noel Ransom of Vice.
Okay.
Mick LaSalle at the San Francisco Chronicle.
He's great.
The staff at Joe Blow.
Okay.
The staff at the Arts Desk.
Wow.
Pete Vonderhaar of the Houston Press,
Okay.
and Priscilla Page of Birth Movies Death.
Great. So those were just
They just had it
Top
on their
10.
top 10 list.
Okay.
They didn't have it numbered. So let's talk about critics who put it number 10.
okay.
Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He used to co-host the show with Roger Ebert.
Yep.
I was impressed that he put it at number 10.
Yeah.
Matt Goldberg of Collider. Jermaine Lucier.
Yeah.
You know him, right?
I know Matt. I just did a podcast with Matt, and I see Jermaine all the time, and I'm very disappointed in both of them. I mean, I'm excited that it's
They put
on
it
there.
number 10.
I know, but
At least it's on there.
it's on there,
But maybe you should send him a little note.
yeah, I'm gonna if they're listening, they're in for a world of hurt. Yeah.
Jacob Hall of Slash Film and Daniel Barnes of the Shepherd Express in Milwaukee all had it at number 10.
Okay.
Number 9, only one person, Haley Fouch of Collider.
I know Haley too.
Oh.
I mean, she did better than Jermaine and Matt, so yeah.
All right. You're not in as much trouble.
No, not as much trouble, but still trouble.
All right, here are all the people who had it at number 8 in their top 10 list.
Okay.
Samuel R. Moraine of Parade, the staff at popculture.com,
Okay.
Omer Mozaffar. I
don't know.
I feel bad. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm butchering your name. I'm so sorry, Omer or Omer. He's at RogerEbert.com.
Okay.
Another name that I don't know. Someone from AV Club who is
Yes, Ignatiy Vishnevetsky.
Yes,
Yeah.
of AV Club. Also
Yeah.
had at number 8. Barry Hertz of the Globe and Mail. David Chen of Slash Film.
We talked to him on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes, he is a big fan of the Mission Impossible series, and
Yeah.
they've talked about the Mission Impossible movies on the Slash Film podcast.
Yeah.
David only put it at number 8, which I'm a little surprised.
We'll talk to him about it.
Peter DeBruge of Variety, number 8.
Right.
I was impressed by that. Here are all the people who had it at number 7.
Okay.
David Ehrlich of IndieWire.
Who we're gonna have on the show?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Yes, you know Dave.
Yeah.
David Sims of The Atlantic, Scott Wampler of Birth Movies Death, the staff at Uprocks, and Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair.
See, now we have some high sort of hoity-toity critics that are starting to put these in.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm very happy
Yeah.
about. This is probably the first time this has ever happened for any Mission Impossible movie.
I think so. I know. I remember Owen Gleiberman had Ghost Protocol very high.
That's
in
right.
his top 10
I do
list.
remember that.
This is back when you and I were both reading Entertainment Weekly, the physical.
The physical magazine,
Paper, yeah.
the physical things that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, number 6. Evan Sathoff
Oh, yeah?
of Birth Movies Death, Vinny Mancuso of Collider, Adam Graham of Detroit News, the staff at Paste, Chris Nashawati of Entertainment Weekly at number 6, and the staff at Time Out London, number 6.
Great.
So
We're doing well. We're doing well.
We're liking this.
Yeah.
Devindra from Slash Film.
Yes.
He's another guy who's they
talks a lot about
on the Mission Impossible series. He had it at number 5.
Yeah.
Boris Kitt of the Hollywood Reporter, the staff at Nerdist, Micah Mertes at the Omaha World Herald, who I know Micah a little bit. I was born in Omaha, and I've talked to him a couple times for the Omaha World Herald. He is awesome.
Okay, good, Micah.
And Micah had it at number 5. Very, very proud
Love
of you,
that,
Micah. Yeah. Adam Chitwood of Collider. You know him,
Yeah,
right?
he's a good friend. Very happy he didn't disappoint me.
Alan Cerny of ComingSoon.net, Ben Pearson of Slash Film, and the staff at Yahoo Movies. All number 5.
Well, what I'm really understanding is Slash Film and Collider put out a lot of top 10 lists.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
A
guess
lot of
that's true.
people, yeah.
Yeah, hey, they got a lot of people writing there.
Yeah.
So now number 4, staff at Den of Geek UK, Mike Mazzanti of the Film Stage, Ryan Swen of the Film Stage, Matt Singer of Screen Crush,
Love him. Good friend.
and the staff at Total Film, number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, Spencer Perry of ComingSoon.net, and the staff at Complex.
You know, Spencer's a good friend, and this is why. Because he really put it up there.
Oh.
Inside the top 5, I think.
I consider Spencer to be a good friend of mine now.
Yeah.
I've never met him.
No, you would
But
love him.
Oh, well, I
Let me tell
absolutely.
you. Yeah,
Having
I mean,
him
obviously.
put it number
you can
3.
see it, yeah.
The staff at Empire, only one to put Fallout in number 2.
Okay.
We love you, Empire.
Yeah.
I wish more people would think like you.
I know. I hope they listen to our McQuarrie podcast.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know.
man, Empire's got plenty of
McQuarrie
podcasts. All right, number 1, Hannah Flint of Yahoo Movies UK, and the staff at Screen Rant.
Hannah.
That's it.
I mean, you did good.
Yeah, Hannah, Screen Rant. Our hats are off to you.
Yeah, they
Thank
are
you.
fully off.
What about your top 10 list? Where does yours?
It was number 2 on mine.
Where do you put that out? Which?
I just did it. I entered into the Critic Wire consensus. So hopefully
it wasn't through Movie Phone.
No, nobody published it. Nobody cares about me.
Where did you have Fallout?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Well, I'm not a critic. I'm just I'm a lowly filmmaker just trying to make things.
But you made a list. A list is what you made.
I do make lists. And? I always make. We have a group of friends and we all make lists and send them to each other.
Yeah.
It's a good way to find out what movies we should be watching and stuff.
Yeah. And where did you put it?
I had it number 3.
Ooh, after what? Roma
and The Favorite. Actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I think The Favorite is number 1. I want to rewatch it one more time.
Okay.
I want to watch it one more time. I only saw it once.
Okay.
And I saw it in the theaters and loved it, but I also have a screener at home, and so I just want to take another look at it at home.
Take another look.
I think it's my number 1.
Okay.
But right now, Fallout is very solid at 3.
Okay.
Are you disappointed in me?
I'm a little disappointed.
What's your number 1?
Roma. Yeah.
Roma. Yeah.
I just feel like Roma had a little bit more of an emotional connection, but I feel like the accomplishment of Roma and the technical accomplishment of Roma and the technical accomplishment of Fallout, neck and neck.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they made something amazing. Both of those filmmakers.
Yeah. I mean, I did the DGA nominations. You can vote for who you nominate for director.
Are you kind of like
Am I
exposing a state
am I not allowed to say?
I think you're allowed to say.
Well, I won't say all the people I voted for because I don't want to disappoint anybody.
Right.
If this ever comes back to me.
Right.
But I will say that when I picked 5 people for nominating, I nominated Christopher McQuarrie.
Great.
For Fallout.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I think it's an unbelievable achievement what he did directing that movie.
Yeah.
And I think he deserved to win, frankly. I mean, it's incredible, that movie.
Yeah,
it's the scale of it, and it's a behemoth.
Yeah, I wish that we're gonna do an Oscar nominations episode, but hopefully the Academy will agree.
Yes, I hope the movie, at the very least, gets some technical nominations.
Yeah, it has.
I think that's the only realistic option, and I just hope that it can do that.
And it's great that whatever Critics Guild gave it Best Visual Effects, because the visual effects really are so seamless.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before.
So let's ask right now, what do you think? What are its Oscar chances?
I think they're pretty good.
Like how many nominations?
At least below the line.
Categories?
I don't know. Score for Lauren's score, Eddie Hamilton's editing.
That's what you think will actually happen?
Yes, this is what I think will this is what I think will actually happen. Sound effects editing. It won't be nominated for visual effects because I believe it did not make the short list for the VFX.
Okay.
So that's a condensed.
I'm gonna say that's stupid.
Yeah, I'll confirm this.
I mean, that's probably what happened, but that just makes me sad.
Failing to make the cut: Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Fantastic Beasts, Mission Impossible, Mortal Engines, Nutcracker, Paddington 2, and A Quiet Place.
Boo.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
Because you know what? If it had been nominated, I think it would actually be a front runner because they tend to like the more subtle visual effects.
Well,
it's
not going to get visual effects.
No, not going to get visual effects.
I'm going to predict. I'm sad to say that Lauren will not get nominated. I think he should get nominated.
You don't think
he will? I really hope he will, but I just don't think those kind of movies action movies just don't get the music nominations. But you know what? I'm going to put it out in the universe. Let's say Lauren does get nominated.
Okay.
I'm going to say Eddie Hamilton gets nominated.
Yep.
For editing.
Yep.
I think you're right. Both sound categories.
Yep.
And I'm sad to say that might be it.
It might be it.
It's not what it should be.
No.
But that, and we want David Ehrlich to get on the show.
Yeah.
He writes for IndieWire.
Yeah.
He wrote an article about, he was pushing for Cruise to get nominated for actor.
I think that would be great.
I mean, he should. I mean, the level of commitment that he has, and I mean, he's risking his freaking life.
I know.
and it's an amazing performance, and it's an emotional performance, and
I also think it exposes the fallacy of there being no stunt category.
Yes, that's the thing that is infuriating.
Yeah.
There should be a stunt category.
Yes. These are people literally risking their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I wish that McQuarrie would get nominated for screenplay. I think that movie is so well written.
Yeah.
But
and like we said before, a director too.
Obviously.
The movie is such an achievement.
It is. But the other thing that we don't know about, because we're not part of the family yet, is how much, maybe you know, how much Paramount spent on pushing it for these Oscars.
Well, I can tell you they did not send me a screener.
Really?
through the DGA. So I don't know if they're pushing it for awards at all.
Wow.
Which
well,
makes
that's
me
very
really sad.
disappointing.
I mean, it hasn't really been in the award circuit much.
No.
I don't think they really pushed it, which just makes me very sad.
Yeah.
But we're out here. We're trying. We're pushing.
We're pushing it.
I think the Oscar ballots are open now, right?
Yeah, they are.
So, hey, any of you Oscar voters out there,
Listen up.
write in Fallout for every category.
Speaking of writing in.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Let me just.
Is this from the email bag?
Yeah, it's from the email bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Melissa in San Jose says, I couldn't disagree more with Patrick Willems' analysis that Ethan Hunt is crazy and a lunatic. 100% disagree. As Wade Eastwood says, he's relentless and never gives up. But he doesn't give me the feeling of instability, unpredictability, and confusion with regard to time and place that a well-played crazy character in a movie does. I can think of a lot of adjectives like loyal, competent, and skilled, but for me, lunatic couldn't be further off the mark.
Wow.
What do you think?
Well, you know what I love about that? She referenced 2 different episodes of our podcast. She was talking about the Wade episode and the Patrick episode.
That's true.
So I'm very into that.
Yes.
I don't think Patrick thinks he's crazy.
I think there's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke to Patrick saying that he's a lunatic.
Yeah.
It's that he's got no fear. It's a sort of a funny way of saying that Ethan has no fear. I mean, I have to revisit Patrick's thoughts on it. I think it's in his video essay, and it was in our interview with him.
And we talk about how there is a pathological element to Ethan's adventuring, that he can't stop. Because if he could, he would probably have stopped a long time ago. And they explore that in Fallout in an interesting way. So I think there is an element of that. But yeah, he's not crazy. He's just getting the job done. He's a great IMF agent. He's always dependable.
Yeah, I mean, especially because of how reliable he is and everything. You can't be a lunatic.
No. All right, I'm going to put his mail away.
Wow.
All right. Is that it? Is that what we're...
I think that's everything.
Well, I just want to say...
We have a lot coming up.
We have a lot coming up, and I want to just say thanks for listening this year.
Yes, thank you. It's been a great
wild
ride. It's really beyond our expectations, I think, what we've been able to accomplish.
Yeah.
The people we've talked to, it's been amazing. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to have everybody along for the ride with us.
So thank you all for listening, and I'm just going to say my piece right now, which is that please rate and subscribe to the podcast. It helps us out. Review it. Pass it along.
Review. That'd be great.
Tweet it. Tweet at us at LightTheFuse-Pod on all social platforms, and also you can listen to us now on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, and coming soon to Facebook. Or are we on Facebook?
We have a Facebook page, but our episodes are not available on Facebook yet. But we will be on more platforms soon. We're working on that. Yes.
So write us. Tell us what did you watch this over the holidays? Did you turn off your parents' motion smoothing on their new TV?
Oh, we hope you did.
Yeah,
I had to do that.
Did you?
Well, I had turned it off before, but they adjusted more settings. They took all the contrast away on the television.
Why?
I think because they were probably feeling like it was too dark or something.
Okay.
So but it was at 100, so that there was no contrast on the television. And I was like, I can't stand this. This is ridiculous. But write us questions. Write what are your Oscar thoughts?
And who do you want us to talk to?
That's a really good question.
In 2019. I mean, let's be honest.
We've got some people we're chasing right now, and we've got some people who we're going to be talking to.
Yeah.
Who do you want us to talk to?
Thank you for making 2018 so awesome. And for Charles Hood, this is Drew Taylor. Thank you for accepting this mission.
Thanks again for listening, everyone. And before we go, another mission, should you choose to accept it, please rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. And remember that you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LightTheFusePod, and email us questions or comments at LightTheFusePodcasts@gmail.com. If you'd like to watch the original Mission Impossible television show, all 7 seasons are currently available to stream on Amazon Prime. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.